Good morning, students. Let us continue with the same chapter of history, class 8, India after independence. We were somewhere discussing about the problems faced by the free independent India. We already discussed the problems faced by the India. Now in this module we will talk about the planned development. What India has uh, make the plans to overcome through its poverty and other things. So, at the time of independence, the Indian economy suffered from various problems, such as unequal development in different regions, low agricultural production. Why low agricultural production? Because much of the fertile land has gone to Pakistan. That is why India faced the problem of food scarcity, then underdeveloped industries and communication facilities, and widespread poverty and illiteracy. Means the education level of Indians at the time of independence was very, very low. So let us see what steps the newborn nation took to overcome through these problems or issues. So for that, India adopted the method of mixed economy. Understood? Mixed economy. So, what is this actually? Mixed economy. India adopted a mixed economy soon after its independence, in which there is both government and private enterprise, means private sector, in service sectors, agriculture, and industrial sector. Many of the basic and heavy industries are controlled by the government, as they involve huge investments and do not always yield matching profits. And private sectors or companies are more active in consumer goods industries, which provide vehicles, cosmetics, detergent, etc., and usually fetch high profits. Means they were trying to adopt this mixed economy. Which economy is good, whether the industrial sector or the agricultural sector should be in public sector, or should be in the hand of the private sector. So, the Planning Commission was set up. To achieve these goals, the Planning Commission of India was established in the year 1950 with the Prime Minister as its ex officio chairman. Hence, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru became the first of Planning Commission. The Planning Commission defines the country's economic goals and frames policies for the achievement of such goals. It takes stock of country's resources because resources are meant for the nation. So now nation is going to utilize these resources. It also regulates the utilization and distribution of the available resources so as to tackle problems such as poverty, unemployment, price rise, regional imbalances, etc. The Planning Commission has been working through 5-year plans. These Planning Commission were there set up for 5 years. They are also known as 5-year action plans. These plans have laid emphasis mainly on the developing basic and heavy industries so that the economic growth rate of India as well as the economic development of India is increased. Planning Commission also builds huge dams and power plants to improve irrigation and power generation. That was the demand of that time, promoting commercially useful plantations and improving railways, roadways, waterways, and airways, which are known as the lifeline of Indian economy. Not only of India's economy, but also of any nation's economy. The emphasis on the heavy industrialization and the building of large dams has been criticized by many on the ground of that it will damage environment. Yes, development obviously is made on this cost कि we are damaging or bringing some damage to the environment and cause ecological imbalance in the long term. But it was the demand of that time. So, among the earliest critics were the J.C. Kumarappa, himself a member of Planning Commission, and Madeline Slade, known in India as Meera Bain. Staunch believer in Gandhiji's idea, they campaigned for small and less expensive irrigation system, the use of organic manure and the preservation of natural forest with large varieties of trees. They still believe that any country can develop without making any damage to the environment. This is the Planning Commission. Now see, because of this Planning Commission's 5-year action plans, we will see the improvement that has been taken in India. Now we will discuss about the foreign policy. Because this newly born country has to set up the good relations with the foreign countries also. So the principles, goals, compulsions and strategies that govern a country's relation with other countries together constitute the country's foreign policy. Through this, you can see that India is trying to make the countries as the friends of their own. So India's foreign policy. So what is there in India's foreign policy? As we all know that the Second World War ended in the year 1945. As the war drawing to a close, an international organization called United Nations was formed to preserve international peace and understanding. You know that UNO was formed after the Second World War on 24th of October 1945. And what is the main objective of this organization? To maintain international peace and understanding. This, however, could not ensure good relations between the USA and the USSR. These two nations were trying to become the superpower after both the world wars. The mutual relationship between these two nations are marked by deep suspicion and mistrust due to great differences in their political ideologies. Each of the superpower entered into alliances with friendly nations to form a powerful military bloc of its own. Or in other words, you can say that the entire world was supposed to be divided into two military blocks, where one is headed by USA and another group is headed by the USSR. Now, we will see the background of India's foreign policy, because these type of things did not come immediately. For that, we have to go through the backgrounds. So between 1945 to 1991 was a period of underlying hostility known as the Cold War between these two military blocs, which were headed by USA and USSR. Once again, I am telling you. During this period, every small conflict threatened to blow up into major war. एक छोटी सी चिंगारी भी कब आग के रूप में भड़क जाए, ये कुछ भी नहीं कहा जा सकता था. It was in this situation that Indians Indian and many other countries of Asia, Africa, Latin American became free. Driven by the need to preserve their sovereignty and to make economic progress, many nations were aligned themselves with one bloc or another. It means many of the countries, these nations of Africa and Latin American countries, those who latest became the free and independent countries, they tried to keep themselves away from these type of military blocs. They did not join any of the bloc. They had to take part in all conflicts involving in the bloc. So they had to spend large amount of their limited resources on military preparedness. This hampered their development. So newly independent India too faced this danger of becoming the member of any of the bloc. So India tried to follow the principle of non-alignment, means not taking part or not favoring any of the bloc. The Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was also the Foreign Minister of India and architect of India's foreign policy. He chose the policy of non alignment for India. Under this policy, a country does not commit itself to any bloc but adopts an independent foreign policy. So Panditji laid the foundation of non-aligned movement with the support of Gamal Abdel Nasser of Egypt, Sukrona of Indonesia, Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, and Joseph Broz Tito, who is also known as Marshal Tito of Yugoslavia in 1961. It was attended by representatives of 25 countries. By the 1990s, the NAM means non-aligned movement had more than 100 members. Means soon after its birth, it gained popularity. That is why very soon it has more than 100 members. It is often understood to be neutrality or non-aligned, non-involvent in world's affair. Such views are incorrect. Non-alignment favors active involvement in world's affairs to promote understanding and to prevent the world from war. It also encourages what? Mutual cooperation among the nation to overcome problems such as illiteracy, poverty, and overpopulation. We had very good relationship with our neighboring countries. Through pictures also you can see the reflection of our relations with the neighboring countries. So, India shared land borders with Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Myanmar, and the island countries of Sri Lanka and Maldives, situated in the Indian Ocean, are also India's neighbor. India's relation with its neighbor have generally been harmonious, means peaceful. Differences have occasionally cropped up over global issues such as the border definition and water sharing. Most of these have been sorted out through bilateral negotiations, means without interference of any other. Our problems are solved by the countrymen. Now, India and SAARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and the Maldives formed the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, which he called as SARC. The heads of the founder countries met at Dhaka in 1985. The SARC has its permanent secretariat at Kathmandu. Afghanistan is also a member of SARC. The SARC promotes mutual friendship and cooperation, collective reliance, and better communication among the members. It also promotes economic growth, social progress, and scientific and cultural development in South Asia. Besides, it seeks to check border terrorism and smuggling, as terrorism and smuggling became the major issues in present scenario. As the largest and the most advanced member of the SARC, India actively promotes the economic progress of its neighboring countries. Now, looking forward means looking at the future of India. As you know that after independence, India has emerged as a stable democracy that participates actively in world's affairs. It is making great progress in the field of information technology, space and nuclear technology, and human resource development. India has set an example for less advanced countries that are trying to make progress. Terrorism, however, remains a threat to India's peace, and problems arising from the economic and social disparity continue. In many parts of the country, some people are still treated as untouchable. There is a wide difference or a gap between the rich and the poor also. And although women have proved their merit in various spheres, they are still subjected to lower than the males. I hope we have lot of problems, but still we are able to find out the solution of these one. Thank you. I hope with this module you are able to understand the chapter well. God bless you.